All right. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of Twitter. It is I, Dogs Air, otherwise known as Dogs or Air. Y'all know who I am. Um, a post I made showing a field of basically this stuff made with these cards kind of garnered a little bit of attention, even though I tagged the relevant people. So I got bored, so I figured I'd make a deck profile for you guys. I think I've only done this like one other time, and forgot to save it and never uploaded it. Y'all know the drill. So anyway, couple of couple of things to note. I'm not exactly sure how I even came up with this idea. I was bored, got some new sleeves in today. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some playtesting with these new sleeves. I even washed this very old and archaic mat that you see here. Also, I know I'm normally a machine player. This is not really my brand, but I'm still having a lot of fun with Battlewasps. Like these cards definitely go off when allowed. They're very susceptible to disruption. Like Ash makes us sad. Called by the Grave makes us sad. Anything that can deal with Giant Ballpark makes me incredibly sad. But the positive notes is that it can definitely abuse cards like Link Cross, as you can see, is a part of the idea. There's Hulk stuff to do here. We get access to a bunch of wind monsters, Tempest, and a whole ton of cards that I don't own at the moment. But what we are going to do now is talk about this deck that I have here, full of cards that I do own, cards that are here in the right now. These ones right here. So another disclaimer, this deck was indeed made for the new format. Do not expect to be able to copy this idea and win anything. This is strictly a fun deck made for fun with fun ideas. Also, I want to make a couple of shout-outs. Shout-outs to Beautiful Dude. Shout-outs to Frosty. Shout-outs to Moondoggy. Shout-outs to Aram. Shout-outs to Claire. And all those fine folks for, being cool. And shout-outs to anybody who I didn't shout-out. Progenitor, yeah. Him. And I know I'm forgetting Edge Dark also. Him too. And Charlie. I see you, Charlie. That being said, we're gonna get into it here. Alright, so first up, we got one of the Sky, Twinbo the Attacker. He, is a level 3 Battlewasp monster that can special summon himself, and that kind of thing is always good. He doesn't really come up all that often, though. He's just a really useful extender. He does lock you into insect monsters, though, so I do try to use him sparingly. But, he's not bad. He's definitely good at 1, I would say. So now, next card we got here. 2, count them, 2. Arbalest. This guy, oh man, this card's broken. What he does is he can summon, when he's normal summoned, he can summon any level 3 or lower insect monster from your graveyard in defense position. If he dies by my opponent's card, I can summon a Battlewasp monster from my hand or deck. I can only use the effect once a turn, but we're not really concerned about the card dying because he's really used for, like, bringing stuff out of my graveyard so I can immediately link into any generic link. Usually I use it to summon Sting the Poison so I can get an extender play, get the search, if I sent it for Jet Synchron or a level 6 Synchro play. But this card's also just really good. Also, it's a level 4. And a deck focused around Giant Ballpark is huge. So this brings us to our next card. You were thinking it was Sting the Poison. No, not yet. Pin the Bullseye. While you control an insect monster, you can special summon this little guy from your hand. There are 3 of them for that very reason. Also, he's a 1-for-1 target, so just in case I draw something I don't want to draw, I can pitch whatever that is to for the 1-for-1 cost to be able to summon one of these guys. He has some other effect. What's this say? Yeah, you guys, we can read some of these effects together. Sorry if the lighting's bad. What's this say? During your main phase 1, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Battlewasp. And yeah, burn damage. So he's real cool for the new tournament rules going into time, because he can burn you. You can just special summon it, like activate it, and then it'll be 44-59 in a time, and then the round will just end, and then you don't have to do anything, and then you just win the duel. So yeah, this card's a 3, and it's pretty cool. Next up comes, oh man, this card's obscene. 3 Sting to Poison. Not just 1, not 2, but 3 of them. Now, this card, when normal or special summoned, gets a Battlewasp monster, any Battlewasp monster, from your deck to your hand. He can't search himself, though. He can tribute a monster at any point, because it's a quick effect. Any insect monster, any other insect monster, to target a monster on the field? No, an effect monster your opponent controls. I lied. I don't know card text. And negate their effects. So he's a breakthrough skill, essentially, on top of being a level 2 tuner who procs effects off of being special summoned. So this card is a mandatory 3 of. Also, since it's a tuner, needle fiber. Transicata. Only 2 Transicata. I actually haven't gotten to test this card too much in practice, but the way I was reading it, this card is a 1-card needle fiber when special summoned. Because, if you have a way to special summon it by itself, then, you do that in the token, and then, get the needle fiber because it's a tuner. Except you can't, because the tuner is it says while the tuner is on the field, while the token rather is on the field, you can't summon anything except insect monsters. So that's why you run more generic cards, like anything that can use tokens, like say Picofalena, the Inzector Link, Seraphim Papillon, Great Fly. This is another one. Card just makes me giggle. Yeah, this card's a 2 of. So now next is Gokipole. The reason why there is only 1 of these amazing Yu-Gi-Oh cards here is because I only own 1 at the moment and have yet to get around to buying a playset. Please don't judge me, but this card's also real cool because it pitches cards from the graveyard to special summon my vanilla monster, which you're about to see, and then it procs stuff also. Also, I just like putting stuff in the graveyard for little to no cost to me. This card is integral to the giant ballpark stuff. And since we're on the subject of my vanilla guy, here they are. Shiny Black Sea Squatter. Its effect isn't important because it doesn't have one. But this card also, rank 4 plays, Synchro and Link extensions, 2,000 attack for something that I can just normal summon. This card is absolutely bonkers. Definitely 3 of these. And to go along with it, they have a mech. Isn't that awesome? Super Armored Robot Black Iron Sea. Yeah, these names and card text are small. He does stuff involving like these cards and equipping them. Let's just say, you can send a monster equipped to it to the graveyard and destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack equal to, greater than or equal to, that sent monster's attack. So he's like, to put it in my brand's terms, it's like mocking a Citadel except backwards. So yeah, definitely a 1 of though, because, I don't play trading, so, and also, no, I don't own Doom Dozer. Now we're gonna get to kind of the fun part. 2 Ashes and 2 DD Crows. I know I was supposed to put these here separately, but, they both serve the same function of defense in this deck, since this deck is very weak to disruption. So, yeah, those are mandatory. Tempest. This was a little idea that Aram actually gave me because, well, it's wind and Battlewasps from mostly wind and it's a dragon, so, you know, why not, right? One of, because it's only one. Now for my little synchro engine, one O-Lion, one Jet Synchron, and one Adhara. So these two are the main needle fiber shenanigan cards. Like you know what to do with these, and this sets up an interesting play going into Dragite or pretty much any synchro you want to. This card, however, is special because if I don't draw like anything but like a giant ballpark and I'm forced to pass, I can actually use this effect to be able to special summon it and then be able to go off into my plays during the main phase too. Also, for going first, since I think this deck just really likes going first, it's Cyber Dragon, so that's pretty good, and it's a tuner, so something else to consider. Also, Naturia Beast, because Earth Tuner. So now that that's done, now for the spell cards, this part's not as fun, because, yeah, y'all should already know how this goes. 2 desynchros for synchro extension, because this is a synchro deck, so this is almost specifically, I mean, implying that I'm ever going to be playing this deck against Adamantimators, and they run out of negates, I can desynchro their monster, I guess? That's pretty cool. Something to consider. One Upstart Goblin. It's Upstart Goblin. 2 Called by the Graves, because hand traps are for wussies. Never mind the ones that you just saw in my main deck. Don't pay attention to those. 1 Terraforming. I wonder what that card could be for. 1 Foolish Burial. Always got to... Pretty much every deck that's out these days plays this card. And for good reason. Like, you just gotta. Sets up Jet Synchron, sets up O-Lion, sets up Sting to Poison, and Arbalests. Just does a lot for the format. Good card. Here's another thing that's kind of a problem. 2 giant ballparks. Now, this is like the meat of the deck. Like, the deck's main plays that aren't the synchro stuff focus around this card. Now, what it does is when either player would take battle damage, during damage calculation, you can make neither player take battle damage from that battle, then send 1 level 4 or lower insect monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then if you send a normal monster, aka the Sea Squatter, you can special it, and then as many monsters from your hand, deck, or graveyard with the same name as that monster, and it does something else if I can read it. Oh yeah, if a monster you control is sent to the graveyard, it's been a long day. If a monster you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 insect normal monster from your graveyard. You can only use this effect the giant ballpark once a turn, but I don't think I've ever actually seen anybody resolve that second effect. I've actually also never seen anyone actually play Battlewasp either, so... this card's supposed to be a 3 of, but I don't have 3 at the moment, so if anybody wants to send me one, I'd appreciate it. 1 Summoning Swarm. Now, this is a good going second card because it can target level 4 or lower Battlewasps in my graveyard equal to the amount of cards my opponent controls, and special summon them. I can only do once a turn, and I'm locked in the insect monsters from the extra deck after I activate it. But this is another case of cards that you can only really activate going second. So, I just hatched the idea in my head to play Blackguard with this card. I'm not doing that, though. 1 Revival Swarm. It's an N-Archetype Monster Reborn. I mean, I could just play Monster Reborn, but, you know, where's the fun in that? 1 for 1. Try saying that 2 times fast. Y'all already know what that does. World Legacy Succession. It's Monster Reborn. You've seen this card before. It's a Monster Reborn if you control a Link monster. Pot of Avarice. Boy, am I glad to have this card back. And the trap cards are as follows. That's it. Those are the trap cards. Battlewasp nests. Tributes Battlewasp monster. Stops the battle for is. Does stuff. Pretty neat. It's Battle Fader, but a trap card. Now, I'd go into specifics about my side deck, but, nah. So we're just gonna go straight to the extra. I guess it's to start with the links first. One needle fiber and one link cross. This is the combo that has brought many people despair, terror, fear, and anguish, at least recently. And I could kind of understand why after playtesting it for a little while. This shit is fucking hilarious. Yeah, so this guy goes into this guy, and then whatever this guy summons basically gets to plus, like, a lot. And I mean a lot. So, yeah. Those guys. Avril Max, because I was way too lazy to put an access code talker in here. I have one of my Machinas, but that's not coming out. It's special. And Saryuja, because I like to draw cards. I am kind of a psychopath, sociopath, borderline about drawing cards. And as is clearly depicted by me playing this. Number 60, Dogar is the Timeless. You've probably only ever seen it do its drawing effect, but it has 3 pretty good ones. But he's mostly only there for the drawing effect. Abyss Dweller. Yeah, I know what this card does. Alright, so now the synchros are where it starts, where the party starts. So, we got Naturia Beast. Instant win condition against any deck that requires spells. So, Pendulum Magicians, this card is specifically for you because I don't like you. Let's see, we got a Marshal Metal Marcher here. Yeah, somehow machines managed to sneak into my insect deck. Oh no. This card's fun, neat little extender. I'm pretty sure this card's necessary for True King All Calamities, but I'm not playing that in this deck because there's no room in the extra deck slots for it. At least not yet. So, one over him. Hyper Luverne. He's a librarian that doesn't really look all that hyper. It looks pretty calm to me. Never mind that he's common. Please don't judge me. Y'all know what this card does. Y'all have been around a while. Let's see here. Oh, yes. The in-archetype synchros. Herald of Pure Light tried to sneak into the camera. You need to relax a bit. But yeah, one Azusa, one Halberd. These cards do stuff. But I mostly like them because of their levels. Level 5 tuner is pretty useful for going into bigger things. And Halberd being a level 6 is pretty clutch too for making level 8 synchros. I like it. Also, they have some pretty neat effects, but I haven't really been playtesting the deck long, so I know I think that... Does Halberd do piercing? No, but he does burn the opponent. When he inflicts battle damage, he burns the opponent for every Battlewasps monster you control. And then Azusa does stuff too. Sorry if I'm not taking the time to explain every card effect. It's just, my head hurts. So, yeah. This little guy that tried to sneak into the video earlier, he's negates. I like him. He's a one-off negate, and he's pretty cool for it. Speaking of negates, more negates. FA Dawn Dragster. Card's cool. Level 7, machine, negate stuff for counters. You can only do one once a turn, so that's kind of cheesy. And now we get to the big boys. There's the Dragite. He negates stuff if there's a water monster in my graveyard. But wait, this is Battlewasp. What water monsters could you possibly have? Oh wait, Needle Fiber's a water monster. And that is the whole idea of this thing being here. And now finally, y'all know the deal. There's no way I could possibly even dream about running a deck without my boy Burrow Savage. They should have never printed this card. It's broken. It's silly. It makes people sad. And, I love it. you will love it. And that's pretty much it for the deck. I'm going to go into some combos at some point in a later video, but for now, I just wanted to show y'all what the deck list and stuff looked like. That being said, thank you for tuning in, and Black Lives Matter.